I think we are live.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. It's me, Stella from Rosina Perfumery. This is my sister Katerina, and here is Jonni, one of the founders, creative directors of Fragrance du Bois, here, straight from UK.
Indeed, yeah.
He came to talk to us, and you can ask any questions you have about Fragrance du Bois. Now's your chance, and
we can start some questions of our own, and then we'll carry on with yours, okay? So, Jonnie.
Yes.
The first question. How you started?
Okay. Well, we started initially looking at it in about 2011 in Singapore. We all came from plantation backgrounds, and our core business at that time was growing agarwood, from which we extract oud oil. So we got to a point where we were like, okay, we need to create a fragrance that matches the quality of the oud oil that we grow and produce. So we put it out there to some top flight perfumers, who then blended some amazing fragrances. And here we go. And we're sort of 6 years later, we're in every corner of the world and going very well, and hopefully making fragrance that people really love.
So what you're saying is that the oud you're using, you grow it?
Yes, yeah. A sister company produces oud oil.
So you know exactly where it comes from and the quality.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's why you also have the certificate in the boxes as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, oud oil, if you didn't know, and agarwood is a protected species, which is virtually extinct in the wild. So the only real valid sources that you can get it is from a certificated plantation that's protected by CITES. All of our plantations are, and all of our oud oil is traceable and comes from a sustainable source. So yeah, this little card tells you which tree and the GPS coordinates for the plantation of which the oud came from.
Wow,
this is amazing.
This is the most amazing thing
when I saw that, I was thrilled.
And it comes in this little cute envelope,
which has a little chip of agarwood in.
Really?
Yeah, it should do. Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
wow.
You didn't know. So yeah, it has a little piece of agarwood, which is the mythical agarwood tree.
That's amazing.
Yeah, which is the most expensive sort of raw natural ingredient you can use is real oud. And it weighs it costs roughly the same as gold gram for gram.
Wow, that's why. Okay, there's this big debate out in the social media about the synthetic oud and the authentic oud. So we want to see how we can see the difference and how we can trace it. And
well, you want to try this house? Do you have in the United States?
Yes. Yeah.
Our friend here, he's from Canada, I think.
Yeah. You can buy. We do have a couple of stores. Lucky Scents. There's one in LA and there's one in New York. But you can buy online. We ship to Canada. We do ship to Canada. We have a hub in the US, so it's domestic postage. So it's a lot easier. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, because transportation of fragrance is really tricky, and the way it's shipped, it's classed as a dangerous good. So it's costly to ship fragrances, as you guys might have found.
We know very well,
and certainly you guys might have found that as well. But it's because it's a flammable liquid and it goes on board a plane, it has to be packaged properly. So, yeah.
You are welcome. Send it from boudoir.
Sorry?
I'm just answering.
Okay. Because we were talking about something very important, and we want our audience to hear about it because it's extremely important. Some people think that some companies are using synthetic oud instead of the real oud. I mean, is there a big difference, or?
Yeah, well, personally, I believe that there is. Yeah, obviously, if you're making 100,000 bottles of a fragrance, you have to have a baseline. So people use synthetic oud because then you're guaranteed a consistent fragrance in every single bottle. And we have a lot of questions saying, I bought Sahar 5 years ago, and it's different to the Saha that I have now. And that's purely because we use organic, real ingredients, and oud macerates and matures in the bottle like a fine wine does. So there's I know there's a lot of guys go, I want the vintage bottle with the gold label.
Yeah, everybody.
There's literally we never reformulated the fragrance.
We had some requests at Instagram as well for this bottle.
Yes, it changes because it's a natural ingredient that matures in over time. So if you want a vintage bottle, buy one and leave it for 5 years. Yeah.
So it's like a good wine.
Yes, exactly.
The more mature,
Exactly the same
better.
as a wine. You lay a wine down and it gets better with age.
And the conditions where you keep it at.
Yeah, there are so many different variables.
Our mom managed to be online.
Sorry?
Our mom managed to be online.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mum. So it's one of those situations where there's a thought process that it's different, or it's been reformulated. I can assure you it never was and never has. We haven't changed the formulation of it at all. It's just the way that the oud matures in the bottle, which is a nice thing. It shows
It's an amazing thing.
we're using natural ingredients, and that's really important to Fragrance du Bois.
And that's a proof, actually.
That's an actual proof that it's raw and real, and it's,
there is a change in colour, but it might not change in colour. It depends how you store it, the heat, the humidity. If you leave your bottle out of the box, if it's in the box, if it's.
I guess even where you live, even
Climate.
Yeah, it's just like a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
A fine bottle of wine is laid down in a cellar and turned every now and again, and it's kept in the dark.
I know we have some customers who are like great collectors and have special like fridges.
Yes.
And they store them in specific temperature and.
We have a question here from Jay. What it will be the next trend or popular fragrance in your opinion?
What, generally, or from Fragrance du Bois?
I guess from Fragrance du Bois, because this is a trend actually now.
Yes.
Fragrance du Bois.
No.
Well, we might
No
go-
question.
if I can pull this one.
Yeah,
This is Cannabis Intense.
Which I love.
And we have another one, Cannabis Blue. The cannabis note is proving to be very popular. So we have our oud range of fragrances,
very useful.
which are very, which we love and we're very proud of. But we also wanted to create a range of fragrances that were that had smaller amounts of oud or no oud, so we could bring the price down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It really is the price of the oud which makes the difference
Of the
between
price.
£595 to sort of £250. But we wanted to create a range, and we didn't want to just be sort of typecast as a oud fragrance company, because there are so many other different and intriguing notes out there. For me personally, it's the cannabis note, which is a really great note. It's a green note, which is difficult to work with for perfumers. But if you try this, it has the cannabis blue has this gorgeous grapefruit opening, and it sort of settles down. But it's warming, it's spicy, it's good. It's not dissimilar to oud, but it is different. Same but different.
Yeah. We tried it yesterday.
Yeah.
So next question is, depending on the geographical origin, oud has a different aromatic profile. What about its quality? Is there a scale to speak measuring oud quality?
Yes, that's a difficult one, because the analysis of oud is quite basic scientifically. It either is oud or it's not oud.
Yes.
The quality of it comes from the care of the trees, the vintage. As I mentioned earlier, it's a protected species, so you can't take oud from any tree. If you found a 400-year-old algarwood tree in a rainforest,
You're not supposed to touch it.
no, absolutely not.
Wow.
But the oud oil that tree could possibly produce would be not of a higher quality, but would have a smell which would be difficult to obtain any other way than aging naturally in the tree.
Wow.
So
Super rare.
yeah, we only use the highest quality ouds that we produce, and we know exactly where it comes from. I think that sets us aside from a lot of other fragrance companies.
Yes, and I'm a live proof because I cannot really smell other woods.
You cannot smell any woods apart from this one.
Apart from this one, you know, it's surprisingly like how natural wood is not annoying me.
When we were staying together in the same house, he was telling me, get out, go out, you know, to wear a perfume, you know, with the
Yeah, well, it can be very overpowering. There are a few houses which I won't name that, you know, it's just too much.
Yeah.
And
I know.
you realise it's not real, it's a synthetic, and personally it gives me a headache, synthetic ouds, but I understand why it's used in the industry. You know, if you are producing 100,000 bottles and you need a baseline which is the same for that batch, and then the next 100,000 bottles, and you don't want colour to change in the bottle, and you know, you're worried about that as a manufacturer, then you probably go with a synthetic oud.
Yes.
You know, then you know that 100,000 bottles is going to, every single one
It's going to be
the same to the next 100,000. So, you know, we don't make fragrances in those sort of numbers. You know, we're not a mass market product. So our products contain natural ingredients. So you're going to get those changes. But to go back to fully answer that question, you know, our oud is grown, and we pick it because it's smooth, and it's it macerates really well with our fragrances. So, yeah.
So, hello, Alex. The fashionable mommy just joined us. Hi, Alex. If you have any questions for Jonnie, feel free to ask us here. Amazing. Yes, we know you love the perfumes.
Thank you.
So while you do the next question, I want to show you something very impressive. It's my favorite scent. Fragrance du Bois. Here is heritage. Amazing.
It's my favorite too.
I think it's everybody's favorite.
You love heritage.
Bottle. Look
It's
the
like
box. Look,
smelling diamonds.
look all this. Who doesn't want that as a gift?
Yes, it's a lovely present to receive, definitely.
I think it's maybe the best present you can receive, especially for Christmas, because it has the red as well. Or Valentine's, or birthday. Or,
Yeah.
even tomorrow, you know, I don't mind. You can buy it for me.
You don't need a reason to buy it. Just smell good. Yeah.
Omidini. Oh. Okay, we have it here. 2 left. So how is going as well with what fragrance is selling in Athens?
Well, that's a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, first we sold out was Milano. So I guess we have more male customers because I think Milano is
More
very
masculine,
masculine, I believe, because of the leather. It's usually something that men usually like to wear.
Yes.
So the first was Milano, and the second was
New York Intense.
New York Intense, yes.
Both fairly masculine, leather with leather notes.
Yeah. And both sold out very quickly.
And very strong perfumes as well.
But I think that, you know, that leather note is very popular, especially sort of summer time. You get that leathery sweat smell. You know, it works really well with the skin.
Maybe because we introduced them in the summer. Maybe that's why they like them in the summer.
Maybe, yes.
Well, summer or winter, you know, they've got that, it's just that leathery spice that, you know, I think just, you know, nails it. And it's great fragrance, Milano. It's one of my favourites. But yeah, Oud Blue Intense is my.
Maybe if we had Oud Blue Intense, it would say more. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my personal favourite.
Yeah, in the summer, that's the problem.
So
next question is why does a perfume smell different on myself compared to other people?
Okay. Right, because we use natural ingredients, especially oud oil and other natural ingredients, they react with your sweat and your skin pH. So if you sprayed like Saha on Kat or on Stella,
we're twins.
You're twins. It would probably still smell different.
Exactly.
Because your skin acidity and the pH level of your skin really does affect how the fragrance works. So oud particularly works with your sweat, and it changes to your own sort of profile, if you like. So in a way, it's sort of like a bespoke fragrance because it's going to smell different on different skin tones and different skin pHs. So that's why they generally do smell different on different skins.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question is, are natural organic fragrances the future of perfumery in terms of originality?
Well, I would hope so.
Me too.
You know, because natural organic ingredients need to be carefully cultivated in an environmental, sustainable way. I think that's a very important part of the fragrance industry's responsibility to sort of the environment. So yeah, I would hope so. I mean, I don't like putting chemicals on my skin. And I would tend to steer away from that anyway. So
many people doesn't like to put chemicals on their skin. They just, some people don't realize it yet.
No. So yeah, for us, I mean, the packaging is one thing, and it's necessary because it frames the product. But the really important thing is in there, and that's the juice, and that's why you guys buy the fragrance, because you like the smell. Yeah. So you know how we wrap that juice up is kind of immaterial in a way. It's the important thing is the fragrance in the bottle, and you know, being unique and coming out with different, innovative kind of smells and different notes and different paths to go down. So yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that natural ingredients are the way forward. Yeah, they certainly are for us. We have no plans to change in any way.
I noticed.
I'm glad you do.
I also noticed now that there's nothing like really like plastic here.
No.
On the box.
No, they're
around the box,
recyclable. And what we tried to do is obviously we have a card exterior which is fully recyclable. We try to make the box usable after the fragrance has been.
That's very nice for jewelry.
you can take the insert out and you're left with a really nice box.
Wow.
But this is card and wood, and they're recyclable.
Everything.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So we do try.
I'm proud of you because I love everything that's helping the environment.
Yeah.
Well, we have a responsibility.
Yeah, we do, but
everyone has a responsibility.
nobody's taking a position, about it.
Yeah. Well, we come from a plantation background, so sustainability is key to everything we do, and looking after nature, and hopefully
we have to respect nature.
You do. Yeah. And she gives us some amazing raw ingredients to make some fantastic fragrances.
Some fantastic fragrances,
yeah. Got to respect her back.
Okay, so now
should I ask something, or is there?
Let's finish with the questions first. I think you mentioned natural ingredients are FDB 100% natural then.
Well, yes, obviously, like alcohol and water. Obviously, water is a natural product, but alcohol, you have to have alcohol in fragrance. So
there are some basic stuff that
there's some basic sort of carrier things that are, alcohol is the basic, is the one thing which isn't a natural, organic ingredient. But yeah, we try, each fragrance. You'll find that if you look on the ingredients of a lot of fragrances, there are a block of ingredients which are the same in most fragrances.
It's basically the materials, not the ingredients that are natural.
They're the materials that make the fragrance usable.
Yes. Which is the most important, actually.
Yeah, and the the notes are supplied by natural ingredients.
Yes.
So you have to understand that it has to have a carrier, which is the alcohol, so it diffuses properly, and it doesn't block up the tube, because if you didn't have the alcohol in, it wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to spray it. So yeah, we in terms of notes, everything is natural and organic. In terms of like the alcohol, they're chemically pure alcohol. It's just alcohol. So yeah, so hopefully that answers you.
Maybe something will replace it in the future, who knows?
Yes, yeah. Well, we did experiment with some pens, which were like a serum.
Really?
Which was an alcohol-free serum, because we have a lot of customers who live in the Middle East who don't like alcohol or don't want alcohol on them or in their body. So
that's why they're using oils, other oils.
Yes, yeah, because without alcohol, it's an oil.
Yeah.
The alcohol
exactly.
diffuses, thins the juice out.
We have one more question. Which FDB will be the most gourmand in your opinion?
Santal.
Santal.
Yeah.
So here's your answer, because last time you couldn't decide which one you like the most.
I would say Santal, Oud Jaune, and Oud Orange.
Yeah,
The three ones that you wanted to buy.
Yeah.
And
Actually, she was.
They're the ones that you wanted to buy. Yeah.
the three that were my favorite at first, since I started buying
Hello,
haircuts.
Alex. Alex, two Alex, actually, Alex and Alex, the one after the other, and
It's a bit far. You can
these are the three. Oh yes, yeah, no,
They're the
it was
three
like
that you wanted.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you obviously know. Yeah.
And okay, for me, my favorite is Udjan for gourmand.
For which one?
Udjan.
Oud Jaune.
Yes.
Jaune. Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Santal.
Yeah. Santal is sweet.
And Santal,
Yeah.
but
For the oud is- yeah.
for hair.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Because
orange-
I know her taste.
And
That's
Oud
fine.
Orange as well. It's got that sweet orange
Yeah,
blossom,
has.
and they're
But
very nice.
because I know her taste, she likes the more thick perfumes, you know, like.
Oh, well, Oud Jaune. Oud Jaune.
Yeah.
That's the one for you. Yeah.
You go send it phone. Hi, very nice. What would be? Sorry, which would be choose between the three? Or maybe which one you would choose between the three?
Oud Orange.
With orange.
Yeah, I do wear that occasionally. Yeah.
Really?
I layer fragrances, so I might use. We used to have pure oud and Borneo oud, which was just 30% oud with alcohol.
Oh.
So it was like a pure oud spray.
Yeah.
So you put that on as your base, and then I was layering Oud Orange on top, so it was a stronger oud
Whoa.
sensation, for
Yeah.
it. So
That's
yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, I love Oud Orange. That's a really good one. You can't go wrong.
Okay, so now until we have the next question, maybe we can ask you a question.
Yeah, before I ask you this question, because now you mentioned this, have you tried to mix any of these perfumes together? Because I haven't tried that.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
like
some of them mix brilliantly. You could layer, say, New York, Fifth Avenue, which has got a sweet caramel note to it, possibly with. I haven't got the full range here, do we? But yeah, I mean, it's completely down to personal preference, really. It's kind of just experiment with them, play. Layering is really good fun, and you can create even more complex, notes.
I'm sure you can layer heritage with everything.
Yeah, heritage would be a good one, and London Oud would go well. They're the more cleaner notes. Heritage has that powder, clean, fresh powder smell. London has peppermint and oud.
Imagine, I hate powdery smells, but heritage is my favorite because
It's not. For me, it's not.
It's
powder.
It's natural. That's why it's not annoying me.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's got a lovely, fresh kind of out the shower smell to it.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's got longevity as well. Like a lot of those fresher, lighter fragrances, you put them on, they disappear.
They last forever.
The heritage stays all day.
Yeah.
Most of them do. I mean, all our customers who bought FDB, we had like amazing feedback from the ones that they bought the actual bottle. They tell us like we go with shower and it's still smelling.
Yes, yeah, and it's strange because you get some people who say, oh, it lasted 7 or 8 hours. Some people say it lasted all day. Again, that's down to your skin pH, how long a fragrance will last on it. So, it's there are many factors involved. How much you sweat, how much, if it's a cold day, if it's a hot day, if it's, if it's a Tuesday.
We'll have a couple of questions. One is, what's your opinion regarding layering fragrances? So obviously,
I love it.
We love it.
We answered that.
Yeah. A good layering one I used to do was oud, Borneo oud, the pure oud, and then the patchouli au jaune over the top. So it really kind of gave the patchouli a really deep, base
That
oody
sounds
smell.
good,
And
yeah.
and because you're layering on top of oud, you really would have to shower to get rid of it if you wanted to smell something different. So it's a good way to do it.
Okay, and then it wasn't a question. The second one was a comment from Nicola. Said that London and Heritage is fab. Of course, it's fab. We love it too.
Yeah, we love it too.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
Hello. We haven't met yet. You should come to Greece.
Yeah. So since you don't have any other questions, I wanna ask you something.
Okay.
If you can tell us about the new release.
Oh yes, well we do have some new releases coming out.
Is the secret or you can?
No. I can give you a basic outline of what's coming up.
yeah.
And a little teaser. We have 4 new references that should be out just coming up towards Christmas.
Amazing for Christmas gifts.
Yes, yeah, and we've got some others that are in R&D at the moment.
Okay.
That will come out maybe next year. But we have 4 new releases coming up to Christmas. One of them is called Solstice, which is going to be a really nice, fresh, mainly more masculine, but a really nice, fresh fragrance.
I'm sure I'm gonna love this.
And we have another called London Spice, which is a variation of London Oud, but with spice. So instead of London Oud's really fresh and got that minty, but we wanted to do something different with that one. And we have one called Cavort, which is...
I like the name.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
just
what it
really
means,
sexy. It's a really smoky, sexy, gorgeous
smoky.
smell. Oh, it's lovely,
I
yeah.
love smoky perfume.
And the last one is called Secret Tryst. So it's sort of based on a lover's tryst. So that's another sexy fragrance that's coming out. So hopefully they'll all be out before Christmas.
You've noted all of these.
Yeah, we're working hard to get them out to you guys. As the world's gone crazy, supply chains are causing a bit of issues for everybody. But we're nearly there with them, and hopefully we'll be releasing those towards the end of October. So nearly just a month. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will be the first one to bring them.
Yes, we'll give you an exclusive.
Yeah. I have a few more questions that we passed by here. Sorry. Fragrance, art, science, or both?
Ooh. Mm.
Oh.
Definitely a science, and definitely an art. I can't really say much more than that, because you have to have the passion to want to create something beautiful in the first place, and to me that's creativity. But you need the science and the material science to deliver it. So it's definitely 2 stories there, definitely.
Yeah,
I agree.
and it's very good that you say that you are coming from a creative world.
Okay. Some caps lock here. It's easier for me to read.
What is that?
Caps
Caps
lock.
lock.
Oops.
Sorry for the caps lock, but but it's for Stella, so she can read it easily.
Okay.
All right. Find that after wearing my perfume for a while, I can no longer smell it. Why is this?
That's just tolerance to the smell. You get used to it.
This is what I believe as well.
You might think I can't smell this, and you put loads on, but then you realise that there's a wake of people behind you going, "Wow, what was that?" It's they are strong fragrances, but you do get used to them. Your nose gets used to them, and you go nose blind. You get used to any smell.
Any smell
you get used to, and you don't notice it.
Because smell goes with the brain, so you get used to those things.
So even though you might not be able to smell it, I'm pretty sure everybody else does.
I can give good advice here. If you really love a perfume, stop wearing it for a while. Wear something else. Change. And start again, so you can...
Yeah.
You need a bit closet of perfumes, not just clothes. I don't know, made this question.
Yeah, it's like anything, you build a tolerance to it. So you have to kind of take a tolerance break, and then you will smell it again. But be guaranteed everybody else can smell it.
Can I say something in Greek? Αν κάποιος θέλει να ρωτήσει κάτι στα ελληνικά, μπορεί πολύ ευχαριστώ να το γράψει και να το μεταφράσουμε εμείς στα αγγλικά. Απλά... I just remember now that I'm asking if somebody doesn't understand and wants to ask something in Greek. I can translate, you know, the question.
Yes, yeah. Sure.
So go for it. I mean, no, κάντε ό,τι ερώτηση θέλετε. Δεν υπάρχει κανένα θέμα. Okay. Olfactory fatigue.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Olfactory fatigue. That's a really good term for it. Yeah. Nose blind, we say.
Really?
Wow.
I've gone nose blind. Yeah, I can't smell anything. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's like if you go into a store and you try loads of different fragrances.
Yeah.
You know, it's difficult.
It's very difficult.
You end up, you can't smell anything.
The worst thing is after an exhibition.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
But
choose.
even in the shop, you know, when some people come here to buy a perfume and
They smell too much.
They smell too much, and then I think they lose, you know, the quality of each one.
Most of the cases, they smell too much, they buy nothing, or they buy the first one.
Yeah.
They end up with the first because I cannot smell after. They cannot smell after. You know?
No, it's true. It's like you said that. It's a good idea is to sort of rotate what you've got. And, you know, your favourite fragrances and not wear them
We always advise our
continuously.
customers who live nearby, you know, to come often.
Yeah.
Not to buy straight away what they want, you know. To come often and try, you know, to
Is
define what they
there
want.
a way to know which fragrance stain clothes?
Yes. Well, yeah, you don't...
Yes.
If you were to spray, the best thing to do, anyway, you shouldn't really spray fragrance onto clothes. Really, you should spray it onto your skin, onto your pulse points. So if you're using like a dark juiced fragrance like Saha, just don't spray it on a white shirt or a white top.
Yeah,
you know,
Even from a distance?
even from a distance, I
Even
would
from a distance.
try to, you know...
If you spray on a white plotter, you can see.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it should be on your pulse points and, you know, across your neck here. You know, but these fragrances work best on the skin, not
Because
on
then
your
the
clothes.
heat as well.
Yeah, because of the heat, your sweat, your skin pH. You know.
You don't have anything to be afraid, you know, because it's natural product and
Yeah.
believe me, I'm super allergic. I don't have any problems with this perfume, so it's...
Yeah, well, they're all fully allergen tested anyway, so as any fragrance would be. Yeah, just try and avoid spraying it directly onto anything white. That's all I can say, really. And these fragrances, the light juice ones, are absolutely fine. They shouldn't stain. But if you're using like a real natural product like oud and you spray it onto a white cloth or something that could stain it, might stain it. So you're best off doing it on your skin where it should be applied anyway.
It should be anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll have
Hopefully that helps.
spores here.
How is Sporos? Should they bring him to say hi to the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody wants to see
Everybody
him.
wants to see him. Yeah, but he's sitting now.
What about Minuit Demi? I don't pronounce it very well. Demi's
Menuia Demi.
Yes. Curious about that one. Okay. Here's Sporos. Say hi. Say hi, Sporos, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, we try and innovate as much as we can as a company, and people live in social media. They don't watch television. They don't read magazines. You know, there's only one way really to reach an audience, which is through social media: Facebook, Instagram, all those other channels. We met Demi a couple of years ago in Milan, and we were very impressed by her as a person. She's very passionate about her fragrances, and she loved our Santal, and you know was a big, a big fan of that. And we want to reach as many people as we can. And I know there was a bit of backlash about using bloggers and influencers, but
We are 2021.
unfortunately, that's the way the world is. You know, it's just the way it is. People live on their phones, and you know, if we want to communicate and you know, bring products to market that are relevant and you know, part of the future, really, you know, this is the way it is. We, as a business, we have to survive. We have to sell our products, and that's where we do business. And you know, you guys are part of a community which wouldn't have existed without social media. You know, so it seemed like a natural thing for us to do. I know it got up some people's noses, but haters will always hate, and jealous people will always be jealous. You know, and all I can say is work really hard and we'll make you a fragrance. You know? It wasn't contrived. It wasn't a way of, boosting a quick sale or anything like that. It was, our first dipping our toe in that market for the first time. And, Demi created that fragrance herself, with one of our perfumers.
It's good because she's into things and she has ideas, Why
of course,
not? I totally agree with what.
Plus, at the end of the day, a perfumer created the perfume.
A perfumer blended
to her taste.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly. Exactly.
She didn't make the perfume.
No, she didn't personally mix the base ingredients and make the concentrates. Of course not. No, that was a perfumer, but she worked with a perfumer at Simrise, and they worked very hard, and they came up with a great fragrance. And if it didn't have Menuia Demi on it and her name or her face, then none of these questions would come up. They'd just be, wow, that's a great fragrance. And
she totally get what you are saying. So
she did a really great job, and that's something we will probably be doing again in the future, because it reaches a more finite audience, if you like. We know our audience, our customers. We couldn't exist without them, and that's like a way to give back in a way, to involve you guys at that level.
Which is
so amazing.
Dior or Chanel, they would never do anything like that, ever in a million years.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you took a model and you put her.
No, they were all her ideas. That the notes were her ideas.
All about the idea.
Yeah, and
from a person who's into things,
she knows her fragrance very, very. She knows her fragrance. She does.
Trend about everything. So we have a Greek question. I'm going to translate it in English.
Okay.
Here, okay. If you are satisfied in general with the perfumes from all the other houses, compared to the past, I know why he's asking that, because in the past, usually mainstream perfumes, they used to be very good, and nowadays they don't last. Some people say that all the mainstream perfumes smell the same thing.
They do.
They do. That's what I say as well.
So yes, I think the question is about that, because many years ago, many years ago, you would buy maybe a Chanel perfume would be fantastic, and now you buy a Chanel perfume, it's like nothing.
Yes.
You don't even need to put a brand name on it,
forget about the brand name.
I think those mainstream fragrances.
I said that because it's very common,
Yeah, they're often a way for people to buy into a brand at a lower price, so they can buy something by Chanel or Dior, and it's not crazy expensive, or Hermes or something like that. They can buy something which is branded, which comes from that company, and they feel good and they like it. The quality of that is not niche, it's mainstream, which means it's mass produced, and they make 100,000 bottles in a run, and then they that's why they don't have great longevity, and
I'll translate at the same time so I don't forget what you said.
Yes.
Okay, λέει ότι τα αρώματα αυτά, επειδή είναι πολύ μεγάλη παραγωγή, χρησιμοποιούν άλλα συστατικά πολύ πιο οικονομικά, γιατί κάνουν πολλές ποσότητες και γι' αυτό δεν είναι οι αποδόσεις τους τόσο καλές πια και δεν έχουν διάρκεια. Και είπα κάτι άλλο που το ξέχασα.
Όχι, σε κάποιο.
You remember the rest? Sorry, I stopped you. Because I forget easily.
Yes. Yeah, I've forgotten the question now.
It's about all the mainstream perfumes, if you are satisfied.
No.
Δεν είναι ικανοποιημένος.
No. But that's why you guys are on here, on Instagram now, tuning into this, is because you understand the difference between niche and the difference between mainstream.
Yeah.
And, it comes down to quality and cost and care and passion and all those things, that go into making a really good fragrance, and it's not about profit for us. It's not about that. It's about creating beautiful fragrances, and doing the best we can by you guys, and always delivering something of the highest quality that we can produce. You know, we don't settle for anything other than perfect if we can. You know, it's sometimes supply gets in the way and all these things, and we have these little hiccups where, you know, delivery might be late or whatever.
Yeah.
But the passion, you know, to create beautiful fragrances is where we're at, and yeah, we you know, we love doing it. We love doing it, and we love delivering great fragrances to you guys, and we love the reactions.
By the way, just add something to it, you know, like a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I read an article about a big manufacturer. I won't say who, you know, but you know, it's one of the commercial brands. The actual brand is not surviving by their haute couture clothes. They are surviving from their commercial perfumes. So imagine the profit there. So imagine what materials they're using.
Yes.
The cost.
Yes, and that's why they don't last on your skin.
Exactly.
And they smell all pretty much the same. But
Yeah.
but that's the mass market, you know.
Yeah, that's the mass market.
So some guy
We're
walks
talking
into a
about
bar,
the higher.
smells something on somebody. What's that? It's this. They go buy it, and it's $50 a bottle.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't even think past. They don't even think that only lasted 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's because they, you know, that if you've been exposed to a high quality fragrance, you know, and you wear that, you know that it
You
should
know,
last.
you
and
know.
you should know how it feels and it has it on its skin, the
Once
skin
you go
smell
nice.
that it gives you.
Once you go in, it's
You never
Yeah.
go back.
Once you go niche, you never go back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's the future, right? It's
Yeah.
not, I mean,
No,
people want
absolutely.
quality.
That's how
Yeah.
it should be, yeah.
You want quality that's sustainable and traceable, and you know,
Yeah.
and put together with love and care and passion. You know,
Exactly.
and a mass market brand. You know, it's all about the bottom line. Like you said, it's about supporting the sales that they haven't got in their couture. You know, it's
It's amazing.
people buy
I'm
into
like-
their brand, they get their $50, and you know, they sell a lot. They sell a lot.
I thought that the haute couture survives from the more like normal clothes are selling in their boutiques, you know, but
Yes.
it's the actual perfumes. Like,
Yeah.
who-
Yeah, duty free. You know,
Yeah.
it's. I've been into factories and seen other brands, big brands. You know, just like a million caps. You know, that they've just finished producing. You know, and you just think, wow, that's a million bottles of fragrance. Well, they're gone. You know, they're gone. That's a global amount. You know?
First of all, if you buy this perfume, how long do you think you need to empty this bottle?
Me, personally.
Yeah, you personally.
If I wear it every day,
Yes.
I don't know, a couple of months.
Couple of months. Okay, if you buy a commercial perfume in a commercial store,
I'm gonna throw it.
You're not going to buy it.
I have sensitive nose. I've told you before, you know. Things are annoying. I mean, commercial for me is not like you said.
okay, I
For
will
me,
tell
it's
you about the
annoying.
commercial. What you would do if you really loved it, you would use it all day. You would empty it like in
Yeah.
maybe 20 days or something.
Yeah.
So you would buy more and more and more. So then you start consuming more and more and more of something that it's not even
It's
worth
not
it.
only.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will make a comment here. It's not only commercial. There are some kind of niche perfumes as well that's annoying me. This is a kind of niche.
Yeah, okay,
They
but,
pretend to be niche, but
I
they-
think that people who are watching us, they know which ones are niche and which are not niche.
Yes, I'm sure
I
they
hope
do.
so.
But for me, I can do it with closed eyes. You can bring it in front of me. I can tell
Your
you.
nose is that well tuned. Yeah.
Yeah, and her skin as well. We can spray many different kinds of perfumes on her, and if she gets allergy, she's
Oh my
almost
God,
a-
you're like an
allergic
experiment.
person on
I'm a tester.
You're the tester, yeah. No, she's allergic.
Yeah.
on everything. Like,
By the way, I used to be coffee master as well. Yeah, if you give me coffee, I can tell you where it's coming from.
See, so you have a really
Yeah.
good nose,
Yeah,
yeah, we created our own perfumes in the past as well.
right?
Yeah.
in grass.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot about the questions here. Okay. Sahara is your most challenging, unadulterated. What are you writing here?
Most challenging, unadulterated.
Use of food within your creations.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, I will. I don't understand what unadulterated
It means untouched and
Untouched.
you know, nobody's messed with it. It's as
As
it
a
is.
very raw.
Oh.
As it is, yeah. I mean, Yeah, I mean, Saha has a good vintage oud in there, a Thai oud, and it also has Rose Absolute, which is, you know, another incredibly expensive fragrant ingredient. So, yeah, that for me is kind of our flagship.
Really?
Scent. Yeah, I love blue, but this is, you know, this was the one when we first created this. It's kind of got the strongest impact for me. This one.
Wow.
Yeah.
didn't know.
Good nightwear. It's very complex. Good to wear at night.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's for night.
Yeah, it's definitely a night fragrance.
Yeah.
But then again, we have different. It's amazing, you know, geographically, different fragrances appeal to different people in different societies. You know, Oud Rose Intense is in the West. It's quite a feminine fragrance. It has rose and the oud, so it has a sweet smell to it.
Yeah.
But in the Middle East, they love rose. Men love to wear rose and jasmine.
Oh,
and,
many
you
men
know,
here as well. There
Yeah.
are love rose.
Yeah, so it's a cultural thing as well.
It is. It is. Yes, I agree with you.
Mm.
And yes, when we opened our store like 9 years ago, I thought that people here in Greece, they would like you know, all these lemony kind of perfumes, but not really.
No.
No.
No, I mean, traditionally we think like a hot climate, you want something fresh,
Yes.
citrusy maybe,
Yes.
something which cuts through sweat and you know is a fresh, clean
That's
smell.
what I thought,
But no, I think the heavier, denser fragrances work better with sweat.
That's what I believe as well.
Yeah.
We have a friend, like a very good friend, Spiros,
I'm sure
who is
you
wearing.
will talk
We're
about
going
it.
to the beach, and he's wearing oud at the beach, and it smells amazing. I mean, it's the best combo, sun and oud.
No, it is. It really does. There's something kind of very, very. Sorry.
You have a cold.
No, I don't know. It's oud and sun, oud and sweat. It's an
Yeah.
amazing smell. It's just a natural. It's got some kind of natural. I don't know. It smells like you should get high from it.
Yeah.
It does. It's got such a impactful smell. It's so difficult to describe it even.
Yeah, I thought that it would make you dizzy, but you know, when I smelled it on him, I was like, wow, I was impressed.
Mm.
And then I thought that that's why maybe all people in Dubai, they love oud, because it's extremely hot down
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know.
They know it works
Actually,
really
Dubai
well.
was one of the places that we visited before we opened the shop, and we were inspired to.
Yes, yeah. It's incredible walking around Dubai.
Yeah.
The smells, the fragrances.
And we spent all our money in perfumes there. Like,
Fantastic.
I really like walking at Milan as well. Sometimes, you know, everybody's smelling so good.
yeah, in Milan, in every corner there's a niche perfumery.
Yes, I mean maybe it's a place that it has the most perfumery.
Yeah.
Probably. Anyway, guys, if you have any last questions, hurry up because we have to leave soon.
Okay.
Okay then, so if you have any other questions, we will finish the live show. You can text us anything you like.
One came up. What we got here?
Sorry. Okay, what are some other niche houses he appreciates?
Oh,
Tricky question.
Oh, that's bad.
I like Javois fragrances.
We love to buy.
Love Dubai. Love Francois.
Yeah, Francois is a really cool guy.
He's a very cool guy.
He's a very cool guy.
And
He makes some
contact
great
comment.
fragrances.
Everybody's amazing.
I like Serge Luton as well. It's not so much of a niche, but he does some great fragrances, and they're not too expensive either, and they have good longevity. Homage, really, I love Homage.
Yeah,
Killian.
I used to like Amouage.
But they're high quality.
Yeah.
You know, and you can guarantee, you know, it's gonna have good longevity as well, and they're made with care and passion. And Clive Christensen as well.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
another great
This
house.
in the box.
Yes, yeah, and that's a British. perfume
Yes,
house.
British
but-
brand. I remember we only tried them just once. I think
Yeah.
at Harrods. I think it's 6th floor at Harrods.
Mm.
Somewhere, I don't remember. Maybe in an exhibition, I think. Essence.
Yes.
It was an exhibition in Florence. I don't remember.
My background is design, and I tend not to look at other people's designs. So I come up with something more original. So it's the same with fragrances, actually.
Yes, yeah.
I try and, because you can be swayed so easily.
You're welcome.
And subconsciously influenced, so yeah, I love my fragrances, sorry.
We love them too. It's our favorite. Okay, and what is your personal favorite note? I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, that's a good, oud.
That's a good, yeah.
Oud is a base note. I like resin notes, like opanax and styrax, and the frankincense.
Yes.
I like those kind of sweet, heavy notes.
I like sweet and heavy notes too.
I didn't like until we came here with Fragrance du Bois. Okay.
I mean, my favorite in our range is Oud Blue Intense, which is it's difficult to describe. It's very resiny, but it doesn't smell like anything else that I've come across. So you tested some earlier, didn't you?
Yes, it smells fantastic. It's dreamy.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. It's dreamy, actually.
It's dreamy.
It's dreamy.
Wow.
That was the first word I told you.
About an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's much nicer now.
Super. Let me smell it on you.
It's dreamy.
What?
Different.
Completely. You want to
Again,
see? That's a life proof, actually. Not from two twin hands.
Yeah.
Wow, good answer. Cheers. Okay, no, I thought it was a question. But just.
Wow, smell.
It really smells different. Both of us.
Let me smell.
But I like yours as well.
See, that smells totally different on your skin to my skin. Yeah, there's a total difference.
Total difference.
I don't think I don't have any on my arm, no. But yeah, that would smell different on me. You're about an hour behind
which
there.
Which one is more original, mine or yours?
I can smell it more on you.
Yeah.
On your skin, but I don't know how much you sprayed on. So, but there is a difference.
Just one.
One pump.
One pump.
There you go.
So I think that will be it. I don't see any other questions here. Okay, if you have any other questions, we can always, contact Jonni and ask him.
You can?
Whatever
Yeah,
you want.
no problem at all. Yeah.
He's very friendly and he loves our cat Sporos, so...
Yeah, if you've got any questions, you can tap me up on Instagram. I'll message you back, no problem.
Plus, let's not forget, we're gonna bring the rest of the perfumes that we don't have in our store, the rest of the collection. Like the...
Lovely to see you too.
Like the London Oud, which we don't have.
I think that would work really well here.
Demis.
Yeah.
Which one we don't have?
Oh, next month we might have the new ones as well.
Yeah, no, just before Christmas.
No, that was the end of October.
End of October for Christmas,
Before
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh, can't wait.
Perfect.
So, thank you for watching us. Thank you, Jonni, very much.
Thank you, Jonni.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Very nice of you, It's our first live. You are the first person who comes here, and
wow.
talking to our customers, our audience, our everybody.
Well, the pleasure is mine.
So that was very nice of you. Yeah. You might have something super niche, but you are very humble.
Thank you.
This is very nice of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thank you everybody for tuning in and and asking some questions.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Wow.
That went well.
Very nice.